Hey guys, welcome to the first video on my... No, I hated that. No, I'm trying to do things, and I just did a thing with my hands. I was like, no, I look like a twat. We just wrapped up filming a video for Alex's channel. We'll put that below. What we were doing in that video, we were rating and evaluating some shoes that Alex got from a Wish haul, and there was one particular pair that were pretty bad. They weren't the worst, but they were pretty bad. I'm a pretty DIY kind of person, and as it's been a recurring theme in a lot of Alex's videos to put something aside and say, hey, I won't worry about that now, Sam will fix it for me. Well, today we're gonna do the first fixer-upper on these shoes, so let's get Alex in on this and see what she wants to have done with them.
Hey everyone, it's me, Alex, and no Archie
Everyone's
today.
favourite bird!
No, not here, no. Sam doesn't like him.
Edit that out. We don't want everyone hating me on my own channel from day one.
No birds here. Here are the shoes. These are the... I was actually quite fond of them. I thought they were fine. Like, what do you think is wrong with them?
They're
great.
They're very simple. They're not horrible shoes. They're just your classic cheap shoes. You imagine you go down to the shop, say, I just need some slide-on slippery shoes. They're made of that classic...
Slippery gyps.
What's this material?
Foam.
It's like just
literally
foam.
foam.
It's just your very basic foam shoe. They're not standouts.
I think they're pretty cool because I really like the side of them. I think that this side thing is awesome, so we're not going to be covering that up today. But if you watch my channel, you'll know that I like pink and I don't wear very much black. So the fact that there's a lot of black on these shoes, to me, I thought, well, you can do better. So I have a couple of images here on my laptop I'm going to present to Sam. What do you think of these? Do you reckon we could turn these into those?
But we could.
Well, you know what?
We could do anything.
You know what I have for you, Sam, to make your job a hell of a lot easier?
What?
I actually bought this for a baking video, but after I decided that this is...
We're doing shoes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
As long as you know we're doing shoes.
I have this in a package that I haven't opened yet. I have this.
Ooh.
So...
Now that changes it.
Now that changed things. So what I was thinking, we could make shoes like this with them, where we can put the unicorn there. Or we could make maybe something like this. I mean, I know they're not high heels, but
No.
I like all the rhinestones and like the sparkles and...
I can't do that.
Yes, you can do anything, Sam. You can do anything, so
Not
you
on
put your mind
these.
to it. See how there's these little rhinestones? So I thought to cover the black, we could put rhinestones like that.
Yeah.
These ones, this is what I think we could make. So I thought you could get some like fake fur and put it across there. And then put the unicorn. Now that's a holographic unicorn, not iridescent, holographic. Sam is, he's not a holosexual yet, but we'll convert him. You gotta watch Simply Nailogical. So,
Okay.
we can put a holographic unicorn, and I don't know about the inside.
Actually, what if we did two fluffy fabrics, one like a pink or some other color, and then you've got your white fluffy material just for the base of the shoe, or make the base pink, and then you've got your white fluffy material over the top.
Yes!
Alright,
Okay,
done.
Let's do it! We're in Australia, so we have a store called Spotlight. That is, I think, where the crafty people go. I've been there once for a school project and it was terrifying. There's also Bunnings, and I think that's where we have to go for the...
That's exactly where the crafty people go. I've been there before.
You've been there?
Bunnings and Spotlight.
Bunnings and Spotlight. Okay, let's do it. Help me.
Zoom! Oh.
Ow. Put the soap dispenser down, Sam. Look at that. Put it down. It's not what we're here for.
This is what we got. We've got white, we've got pink, couldn't find rainbow, but you know, we're gonna make do with what we've got.
And then
Is that cheating? Can we do it?
I think it's
Is it
cheating.
cheating?
Look at this blasphemy. Disney. Pokemon. Pokemon is not Disney. Blasphemy. So where to now?
Bunnings. Alright, shop number 2.
What are we getting now? Epoxy resin.
That's all. We got everything besides
We're
resin.
gonna become dreamy craft shop.
Stop. I thought I saw it. I'm lost. I don't know. Bedding resin, catalyst, that'll make it go all hard and everything. Got a 30ml container because we're going to be pouring like little bits at a time. Yeah, let's take this home, get going.
Okay. We're back.
There are some things in here which are, we'll keep using. So for example, this is a lot of resin. This would make 100
Lots of unicorns.
100 unicorns. We're not using it all. So $23, I think. This is your aesthetic, right? Here,
This is my aesthetic.
There you go. Look, done.
Lazy Oaf is quaking.
Oh, what are you? Miss Pastel.
Miss Pastel.
Miss Pastel Australia.
Miss Pastel
Done.
2018.
A meter's worth of the white stuff.
Archie. I'm sorry.
He needs to go. This is not his video. This is not Pretty Pastel, please. This is Suit Up Sam, and we do not have birds.
Yeah, birds. Come here.
No birds.
No birds? He was not fine.
Fine. Guest appearance.
Uncle Sam.
Hello. Boop. This is a lot of rhinestones. Rhinestones are the words. I would just call them like crystal beads, glass. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, these ones are going to be going around this black edge here.
Cover the black because it's not my aesthetic.
Yeah. I mean, it's like rainbow, 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 black. It's a bit harsh, so we're going to be sticking all those around the edges. So $10, and we'll probably use like a quarter of them.
So that's okay.
$4.
You do your thing. I'll take the bird.
Glues, again, this is what bumped the price up, I think, 8 and 7, but workshop consumables, doesn't count. This was...
How much is that? $10.
We're gonna use about $2 of fabric there, probably $5 here. Grand total, $15 shoe makeover, say,
Maybe.
give or take. Let's get crafty. What are we doing? What?
The unicorn.
Oh!
I ordered a whole bunch of Wish baking products because I'm going to be doing a Wish baking video. But when I saw those unicorn slides from Irregular Choice or wherever they're from, I was like, hang on, I have a unicorn mold from Wish that I could make a unicorn head for some shoes like that. I really hope this is as big as I thought that it was going to be. I thought that it was going to be like that big, but fingers crossed it's actually...
That's... Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's too
Guys.
small.
What?
It's too small.
No, that's perfect. Look,
it's not
gonna
perfect.
fit just on there.
Yeah,
that's on point. That's like... Guys,
show them first. You gotta show them. It's heaps smaller than I thought. Aww.
Well, okay. I'm excited because I didn't have any expectations to begin with, so I'm seeing this for the first time being like, that's perfect! And you're the only one who's like, oh, alright. Okay, let me get in close. That's the size of the shoe. Here is the unicorn. Just sit on top. How perfect is that? It's like it's just like...
I want big unicorns. The bigger the better. But, well, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. About to leave the baby YouTuber to make his very first video on his own. Wish him luck.
I mean, look, with Jesus Christ on my side, what could
Sam,
go
no!
wrong?
Nothing. No religion. Don't trigger anyone.
Alright, so, everyone. You've seen us go to the shops, you've seen us collect everything. We now have our shoes, which are going to be marked for improvement. We've got our glitter, 3 types, gold, blue, and purple, plus this base color, which will be like white. They call this rainbow lights. I guess rainbow, yeah. Then we've got our acrylic gems to go around the corners, and now I just need to decide how to begin. I've got myself set up here with this bit of baking paper put down just to make sure I don't get any glue splatters on the table. I'm DIY and crafty, but I don't usually have a plan. It's kind of like it'll work. Like somehow things just work out for me. Good thing about these shoes, the heel or the soles of them are just straight up vertical, so if you can just rest that on your fabric, you should be able to just trace around the outside and then give that a good cut, and then you'll end up with your sole shape. If there's some overhang either side, that probably doesn't matter so much because you can always trim it down later on. Sweet. Alright, so I've got ourselves a sole. Okay, that is one done. Let's give that a big... So what we've got is I have made this little pad, but I encountered the issue where it didn't actually fit inside this belt. So what I've had to do is had to cut these little bits, so cut down through but then leave them attached. So what I can do is fit that through, and then we will re-glue those to either side once we're done, so it all looks like one big piece. And I have worked out that by gluing the front, you can make sure all the glue goes all the way to the edges, like so. And then you just want to fill in the rest being somewhat liberal, because the last thing we want is this to just spontaneously fall off later on. So there is such thing as too much, but it's pretty hard to get there. As long as it's not soaking through your fabric, you should be fine. So now you want to pull this back, align it all, and just rest that to the very edges. Go around your piece, just even everything out with a bit of firm pressure. Okay, so that's good. That's set and that's done. Now what I've done is I come in on the other side, pull that back a little, so you can see where we've glued up to in there. And then we're just going to go in and do the exact same thing. But now that we don't have an edge to work up to, we can be a little bit more gung-ho about it and just make sure there's just glue in there. That's really all that matters at this point. With this particular glue that I'm using, we've got about 5 minutes of working time where we can rearrange things and fix it up as we go along. After that time, that's when you want to be done. By 5 minutes, you want to be absolutely done so that, you know, you're not trying to have to rip it back off and then re-glue it. So now I'm basically just going to continue that gluing process all the way up until the heel. Now that's done, we've just got these two little side bits to worry about. So if I'm going to come around this side, I'm just going to run a bit of glue from this point here where we finished up, just up the sides, and also I'm going to run it onto this top fabric as well. Since this is all going to get covered up, we don't really need to worry about making a mess up here. Because these side bits, since they're the smallest contact, the smallest surface area, this is going to be the point where if anything's going to pull away, it would be on this side. So we want to make it really secure there. Stick it in under this sole bit a little bit and put that down over the top, and then just press that right into the glue there. All of that's basically glued. We're going to give that about maybe 5-10 minutes to dry. So let me just put that one aside. It seems to have adhered. So next up, let's see. I have, in the meantime, already gone and like cut one to what I think is the right length to just basically rest over there. But how I did that is I just got one of the edges. I mean, there's many ways to cut fabric. I mean, if you want to do it another way, just do it. Draped it all the way across, put my thumb where it kind of ended, and then just flipped it on over and gave it a good old snip. But you do you. Bottom line is, you end up with a piece of fabric that's just long enough to go over your strap there. Now, yeah, you just glue it. There's nothing really else to it, but I'm concerned because this is like one of those things that once you glue it, there's no going back. It's there. Where you decide to put it, that's where it's gonna be. I'm just wondering, it's better to glue this and then put that down, or put the glue there and then land it across. I think I'll start by putting the glue here, just on one edge, and then do the same thing that I did with the shoes and place that glued edge down and then glue along as I go and folding it back on itself. Alright, so far so good. So just continue applying your glue as you go along. This is a very thick textured fabric, so I'm possibly using more glue than I need to, but go by feel. If it feels right, then, you know, it'll probably be right. And if it's not, then it's fun. It's a craft project. What are you here for? It's just, you know, you with a bit of fabric and some glue, some shoes that you can make better for your friend. I didn't like them. Like, they're gonna get the wear out of it. You know. Press the end of your fabric right in there, because that's just, you don't want the end showing. As long as that's glued in firmly, the rest will take care of itself. And then put that one aside now for another 5-10 minutes. So that one can start drying while we move on to the next shoe. Ah! Fell off! Not enough glue. Oh dear. Okay, either not enough glue or too much glue. I don't know which, but we're gonna assume it's not enough. Ah? More is better, right? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Too much glue? Nah. So I think what I've learned is let's be careful with this one. Let's give that one the full 10 minutes. Just over there. Don't touch it. I'm gonna speed through this one because, you know, we've covered it pretty well on the left shoe. So now moving on to the right. Wait, no, this is the left. I went to school. I know what I'm talking about. Now that we've had our experience of it falling off, I think I'm going to be quite liberal with the glue. It seems to want to absorb into the fabric of the band. Put that one right to the side and just call it done. So, alright, so we're back. What was the last thing you remember? Last thing I remember, we glued on That's a silly question to ask them because they actually don't get to see the jump.
He's very new to YouTube, forgive him.
Shh, we'll cut that out. What we'll do is we'll just be quite careful with it whilst we're attaching on our shiny bits. You ready?
I guess so.
We'll apply a nice even line right down the centre of where we're going to be putting our gems.
I have already screwed up and got glue on the front of one of them. Look, it's not going to be perfect.
Yeah, I know, but I expect perfection of myself.
We could have saved a lot of money if I'd thought of doing this earlier. Could have just bought the rhinestones from Wish because it's like $2 for a pack of 1,000.
Mistakes were
made.
You having fun?
I was hoping that you'd do all of this for me and I wouldn't have to be involved, but you know.
You know what? I wanted to own a house by now. That's what I wanted.
But we live in Australia and that's never going to happen.
It might, one day, if I wish upon a star.
Wish?
Ha! I didn't even mean to do that, but I'm glad I did. And would you guys believe that there was an adhesive tape of these things that we could have got instead? Like it was like a long line of them and you could just like stick it on?
That would have made things too easy.
Alex didn't want it. I did. I wanted it.
Where's
Alex,
the challenge?
Fine. I love to make my life hard. Update time. What we're doing is experimenting. Because see, we've made a mold without any glitter, anything in it. It was just a clear resin mold and I thought what I can do is I can apply some super glue onto the mold and then just lay down glitter. We're still going to do that, but this is idea number 2. Lay the glitter into the mold in the pattern that you want, and we're just going to lay it all down and then very carefully pour the resin on top of the glittered mold. The idea being is the resin will go around the glitter, stick to the glitter, and then when it all comes out of the mold, it should all come as one big piece, and then the mold is coloured. We hope.
Sorry, I'm just distracted by Daniel making out with Archie. Sam has been banished to the outside because resin is stinky.
Drugs? Is that drugs?
You doing drugs out there, boy?
Careful does it. So I poured it at the edges, but it actually works best if you just pour it in the middle and let it
roll over.
Roll out
yeah,
over it, because when I
sense.
hit that back edge and it fell
dispersed.
backwards in, it pulled some of the glitter into the center, but now it's fixed itself now, which was lucky for me. This toothpick like coax it out into those edges. Now getting the horn's gonna be fun, because like it's a teeny tiny spot. Spread and drag.
Sam, you're a family-friendly channel.
Sorry, spread and stuff.
Oh my god.
So now that the resin has been given enough time to dry, we're going to remove that one from the mold that we made. So let's just carefully. There we go. So that's our Glitter Unicorn Mark II versus our original attempt just to test the mold, which obviously we didn't add any glitter to at all. But I had hoped to make a third unicorn, but seeing as there's only one mold, that is taking absolutely forever. So we're going to mix 2 unicorns together. This one with the glitter embedded in the resin, and then this one, which I'm going to try and make look like the good one with just some, it says nail glue, but you know, close enough to super glue. Oh, wait. Nope, not dry. And I now have glitter stuck to my fingers. Good. Just what I wanted. Oh god. You know what? In this project, close enough is in fact good enough. This one over here that we cast in the mold with the glitter inside it, there's just a lot more fine detail, because since we were coating just the edges of the mold with the glitter, that resin was able to go right up to the edges of the mold, envelop that glitter, and it's just a lot more detailed. With this one, since we're putting the glue on top of the mold, it's filling in all these cracks and crevices, it's bulking up in places, it's got a very thin coating in other places. When you then pour that glitter over the top, you're getting areas where, for example, the unicorn's eye, it's gone. It's just now all filled in with glitter and glue. This method produces thicker layers of glitter, so it's got a lot more color, but you do lose detail. This one kind of finds that nice balance between you've got good glitter coverage, but also a lot of detail in the actual unicorn itself. What I'm not gonna have time to do this video, but what I might actually recommend is if you were to combine the processes a little bit. So get your mold, coat it with your glitter in the patterns that you want, and then in the case of this unicorn, seeing as this glittery white color or whatever you want your base unicorn color to be, you could maybe mix that glitter into your resin before you pour it. That way, you'll end up with your colorful mane and your colorful horn, but then these colors here won't look quite so washed out. Something you could try. I mean, this is the first time I've really done any sort of casting, especially a unicorn mold, and it's been a learning experience. If you've got more experience with resins, molds, and casts, you can produce anything you really wanted. I mean, here's a couple of ideas that you could try. It's all up to you. Sky's the limit. Make what you want. It's yours. I'm nitpicky. This would have been ideal if we could have had mirrored unicorn molds. So, you know, rather than both unicorns looking that way or that way, you could, you know, have a left hand and a right hand side unicorn. But, you know, alas, what can you do? Time to discuss how to attach these. There are multiple options. At the moment, I am limited to one of two options, really. Option one is I was considering sewing a button onto these in the dead center, and then what you can do is you can then glue the unicorn to the button that you've sewn onto the shoe. The button would provide a nice surface to stick something to, so you could, a glue would be good on that surface. Option two, for me at this point, would be I could glue this unicorn directly to the fabric. Now I'm going to give that option a try. Reason why is I think what should happen is rather than this unicorn sitting on this nice big fluffy layer, what's going to happen is any fabric or any of this fluff directly underneath the unicorn should all get stuck down with the glue, so the unicorn will be sunk into this fluffy surface. That's what I'm hoping happens. We'll see, and I think I'm going to like that look. Another option, if you'd had a bit more foresight than me, you could possibly stick something into the back of this whilst the resin is casting. Like a little twisted bit of metal that just sticks out from the back a little bit and creates like a little hook that you can then sew onto your shoes, or anything like that. That's all up to you. If you want to recreate this design, you can add whatever you want to it. You can go in whichever direction you want. You can make improvements. Hey, comment below. What would you do? How would you improve this? So we've had enough accidents with the super glue tonight, but you know, let's try and have some more accidents. I think there's going to be enough super glue in here that I should be able to stick these down securely. If not, then all of this has been for nothing. Stakes are high. I think that's about centered. You know what they say, measure twice, cut once. So, as fate would have it, camera stopped recording when we glued that one. So we're gonna pretend like this is like the first time round and like you can join me on this journey. Come on over. What we're gonna do, seeing as it did work the first time, I'm now saying this with experience, this works. So I'm a bit more confident this time. What we're gonna do, same as we did last time, which you didn't see, cover this thing with a lot of glue, because the idea will actually be to saturate some of these fibers underneath to create a firm surface that this is gonna sink down into. Here's the tricky part. Once you've got this much glue on it, it's kind of threatening to go over the edges, so you're gonna wanna hold that pretty steady. So hold that up, get your shoe, I want it about there. I wanna just...
That's a very interesting method you're using there, Sam.
Upsy downsy. And then press it in. You wanna press that in because you want the fibers underneath to be pressed down so it sticks firmly. Once you think enough time has gone past, you can just let it go. And there you go. You now have a unicorn on your unicorn slides. They are complete. It's a unicorn slide with a unicorn on the slide.
Wow!
Yeah! Mission accomplished. What were we told to do? What were we told to do?
I think I told you to, Sam, make me this!
Make me this. So, I think I've made it. I think. I mean, it's not perfect. It's kind of pretty. Actually, it's very pretty. These are so cute. These are so... Look how cute they are. I don't want to toot my own horn. They're okay. They're okay. Well, everyone, it's been a trip. It's been an adventure. I've learned something. I have barely done any resining in my life. I have definitely never cast a unicorn head. But, after all that, here they are. Finished, glittery, fluffy, covered everywhere with just these sparkly little specs. Look, I want to call them bedazzled, but they're not really bedazzled. They're sparkling. It's all that matters. Covered in fluff, soft, pink, white. They're kind of as I saw in the image.
They're glorious.
I love them. I love them. I wouldn't wear them, but I love them. I don't think anyone would wear these in public.
I'll wear them.
I mean, look. There's something out there for everyone, including these. Drop a comment down below if you've got any suggestions for what I could have done better. Like, trust me, I already have some thoughts of my own, so you will not surprise me if you say, Sam, you did it all wrong. We may revisit this project at a later date. Alex has so many shoes that she may need overhauled. Hey, there could be like a pair of goth, unicorn, punk shoes coming out. Who knows? I mean, sky's the limit. Creativity at its best. So thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe. So we'll have some videos coming out soon of some more projects and this and that, and then we're gonna try and see where we can go from there. What sort of things we can make, what sort of things we can improve. It'll be fun. And also head on over to Alex's channel, Pretty Pastel Please, because she's gonna be doing a review of some other shoes, plus these. They're gonna make her video. Hope you enjoyed this fun little project, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.